Welcome to the Little Beading Closet. I'm Sherry, and today I'm going to show you step by step how to make a classic, fun, and easy bracelet. For today's project, you'll need 15 O's and 11 O's. We're also going to need approximately 60 to 72 bicones and the same amount of half Tila beads. We'll need a 1/2 inch toggle clasp, and I'll show you how to attach that at the end. I'm using a size 12 beading needle and some wildfire and .006. Now if you'd like, you can have all the same color of bicones for your bracelet. Here in this sample I used 2 different colors, and today I'm going to use the 3 different colors. To begin your bracelet, pick up a 1/2 Tila and a 15 O. We have 1 set here on our needle, and we need to repeat that for a total of 6. So there's 1, and now 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So go ahead and put 6 1/2 Tilas and 6 15s on your needle. Oh goodness, look at that. I put 2 15s between. Let's go ahead and take that off. 1 15, 1 1/2 Tila, and 1 15. Just like so. So now we have 6 sets of our 1/2 Tila and 15s. Go ahead and bring that down near your tail and leave about a 10-inch tail. That way you'll be able to attach your clasp at the end without adding any thread. Let's go ahead and tie these into a circle. Just like so. I'm going to knot it probably 3 times just to make sure it's really tight and secure. There's 2 and 1 more. Pull the knot down. Knotted it 3 times. I'm going to go ahead and tighten that as much as I can. Picking up your needle, I'm going to open this guy up. Our knot is now sitting between a 15 O and a 1/2 Tila. So I'm going to flip my work. So I'm working from the bottom up. And we're going to go into the 15 O and the first 1/2 Tila. There we go, the 15 O and the first 1/2 Tila. Pull your needle through and step up into the outer hole of the 1/2 Tila you just came out of with no other thread. Keep my tail out of there. Okay. Now this part's very simple. All you're going to do is put a bicone between every 1/2 Tila. So coming out of a 1/2 Tila, pick up a bicone and go into another 1/2 Tila. There's 1. I'll just go all the way around. 2. 3. 4. 2 more. 5. And 6. Now at this point you can come through the next bicone because we're going to reinforce this outer ring of our thread by just needling back through all of our beads again. As you can see, I can easily get through a 1/2 Tila and a bicone at the same time. So we're just going to continue needling around this outer circle of our little unit. So it's nice and secure. And this one is the one that our clasp will attach to, so let's make it extra tight, strong, you know, the whole 9 yards. So here's the tail that I'm coming up to. I would like to keep advancing my thread through the half tilas and bicones until I end up opposite from my tail. So here we go, just a few more times around. There's half tila, maybe through the half tila, yes. Bicone, half tila, bicone. Got those 3 at one time. And then here when we're coming up to the half tila, near the opposite end of the tail, keep going. You'll see that you can go through this half tila right here. You have your tail coming out this side and your working thread on this side. When you get to this point, go ahead and pick up one more half tila. If you'd like, you can bring it down to your work. And we want this guy to just sit here. So we're just going to needle back into our first unit and the half tila that we were coming out of, just like so. And then bring it so it's laying right next to the one that you're added. They're just side by side. Reinforce that. Come on through the one that you just added, back through the original unit. Back into the one you just added. Pulling it so they sit side by side. I'm going to go through the one I just added, back through my original, and again one more time through the one I just added. I just want that connection to be really secure. I want to lay just like that. Now come back into the next hole of your half tila. At this point, we're going to be picking up some 15-ohs and half tilas again to make another little unit. So we'll need 6 sets. We have our first one right here, 1, but we need the 15 to go with it. So we have the half tila and the 15 now of our 6 sets that we'll add. There's 1, and continue, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now needle into the opposite hole of this half tila. Pull these around. You have another little circle, like so. Trying to get them to all lay the same way. There we go. Well, what we're going to do is needle back through this circle one more time to reinforce it and to get it to hold its shape. So I'm going to go through the 15, come around, just keep going around through the 15s and the half tilas to reinforce this whole unit. Just like so. Now you can see it wants to lay flat and hold its shape. You can go ahead and step up into the outer hole of this one. And I'm going to add bicones around this. Now I'm switching to a new color. I'm going to do this light Colorado topaz color. And it almost matches the Tilas that I'm using. There's one. So again, just add a bicone between every half Tila and go around. 2. So pick up a bicone, go through a half Tila, pick up a bicone and go through a half Tila, pick up a bicone, keep going around. So now I've completely gone around the second little unit with my bicones. And I want to reinforce the outer ring, so I'll needle back through all of those one more time. So we're needling through the bicones and Tilas of this outer ring one more time. Just keep going. I'm looking forward to adding the next little unit because we're going to use the Olivine color. Nice fall mix here. And so needle through all the beads on your outer ring one more time. There we go, right through there. But now I need to advance my thread around to come up to this Tila here. So no problem, just keep going through this half Tila and bicone. I'm going to go through a few more until I get my needle and thread in position to add the next little segment. Excuse me. So we're going around a few more times through that 15, a bicone, and one more 15. And you will see at this point our thread is coming out right there. Completely opposite from our tail thread. So what we'll do is we'll pick up another half Tila. I think I'll drop it down to my work and needle through the half Tila on the unit we just made. Like so. Pulling the half Tila to sit right next to them. And we're just going to secure this by going through both beads a few times. The one we just added and the original unit here. Let's see, the one that we just added and then through the original unit. I think I'll go back through here, the one we just added. It feels nice and secure. And then I'm going to step up into the outside hole of this half Tila and pick up 115. Don't forget we need 6 total, so that's 1 of the little units. with 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Go ahead and pull that down to your work. Come back through so you have your circle started. And then we'll needle through all these beads again to get nice and secure, for them to lay straight. We'll go right through here. Through a few 15s and Tilas, whether it's one at a time or all of them at a time, whatever works well for you. So we're going through all those beads one more time. I'm going to go back through this half Tila right here. I know I've gone through all my beads. I'm going to step up into the outer hole of that half Tila. Now we're going to add our next color of bicones. I mean, this bracelet's really pretty with all the same. You can use every other little segment to be a color, whatever your imagination takes you. This one, I was thinking of fall colors and everything that I wanted to see encompassed in one bracelet. So let's go around, adding the Olivine, one more time, back through here. I guess I'm going to get through a bicone at the same time. And now we have one more segment attached. Continue making little units for your bracelet until you have maybe 10 to start. You might need up to 12. This one here I'm wearing, I have 10 little units going around, and then I added my clasp, which doesn't take up too much room on this piece. So go ahead and continue with your bracelet, and then we'll do the clasp together. Now that you have all the units together that you need for the length of your bracelet, we'll go ahead and attach the clasp. And let's start here at the beginning. Right where we started, our thread is coming out on the inner circle. Let me bring you in for a closer look. So our thread is between this 15 and the Tila. We just want to needle through the top outer circle Tila hole right there. So our thread is now on the outside of the bead. And go ahead and pick up 4 11-ohs. And 3 15-ohs. And you can bring that down to your bracelet. Go ahead and pick up one end of your toggle clasp on the needle and bring it down to your beads. Now we'll pick up 3 of 15-ohs. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to come through the seed bead right here, the first 11. So now we're needling into the first 11 and not the other 3. pull that a little tight. So now we need to pick up 3 11s, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to come into the other side of this Tila that we're working on. Just like so. And now you can run your thread back through all the beads to reinforce it. And when you're done with that, just tie in a few half-hitch knots and we'll cut off the thread. Now that you've attached one end of the toggle, we just have to finish up the other end. So our needle and thread is coming out here on the outer circle already. We're just going to pick up 4 11-ohs, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 3 15s, 1, 2, 3. And then we'll need the other end of our toggle clasp. I'm going to bring that down to my bracelet. I'm going to pick up 3 more 15s, 1, 2, 3. And with these 3 15s, I'm going to come into the first 11 right here and pull that snug. Now I'm going to pick up 3 more 11s, 1, 2, and 3. We're going to take these 3 11s and we're going to enter into the other side of the Tila right here. So go through your Tila. Now we've had the other end of our toggle attached. And again, just needle back through your work a few times until your thread's too tight to go anymore. And then bring it down through here, adding a few half-hitch knots. Now that you've added your toggle, the bracelet is complete and ready to wear. I hope you enjoy and have a wonderful day. We'll see you next time.